What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. I'm wearing earrings. I haven't worn, I can't even remember the last time I wore earrings in a video or even in real life. Because, okay, so you see what happened was a few months back, the thing that holds my earrings fell down, broke a couple pairs of earrings. Other earrings got like shot all over the room. Who knows what happened to them. And so then they just stayed on the floor for a while because the thought of having to go and pick everything up and stuff was very stressful to me. Fast forward, I finally pick everything up and gather them all in one place, but now they're not easy to find and pair because I literally just like put them all together in like one box and didn't organize it or anything. So now it's really hard for me to find like my pairs of earrings, but I forgot that I had ordered these ones, and there was like a random unopened package in my beauty room, and I was like, what is this? And I opened them and it was these, and I was like, oh yeah, I ordered these like months ago. So anyway, I have cute little Akatsuki cloud earrings. They're adorable. I love them. They might make me a bit of a weeb, but I don't care. He don't care. I don't care. He don't care. Okay, that was a Ramones reference. I apologize. Anywho's, and I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. As promised earlier in the year, we are getting back into SCP content. Today's video is called SCP-340, the viral rebreather membrane. This particular iteration of the SCP is from SCP Illustrated. I haven't done anything from SCP Illustrated in a while, so I wanted to kind of track back to that channel. I do have a couple other SCP vids that I plan on recording, so if you have any suggestions for those, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Good day, everyone. Take your seats and settle down, please. It's good to see you all again. Right, we've had a couple of light-hearted SCPs recently, so it's time to balance that out with a more serious one.
Of course.
This is SCP-340. Be warned, this presentation contains scenes of violence and graphic surgery on children. A thank you to the Council and administrators, and let's begin. Description: SCP-340 is produced by a human-specific virus which preferentially colonizes the nasal cavities. The virus cannot be identified according to the Baltimore classification scheme, leading Foundation researchers to believe it was engineered by parties as yet unidentified. The presence of genes from both HIV and the SARS coronavirus supports this hypothesis. An incubation period with a mean duration of 3 days occurs upon initial exposure to the virus. Influenza-like symptoms will then develop and will persist for a mean of 7 days before clearing up. An increased production of mucus has been observed in all cases and will persist after other symptoms have ceased. Virulence is highest during the first 5 days of infection, but viral particles have been detected up to a month after exposure in Foundation trials. Any time after infection, a high blood concentration of carbon dioxide will trigger production of SCP-340. When initially produced, SCP-340 is a jelly-like mucus which exudes to cover the lower half of the face, including in the nose and mouth. SCP-340 in mucose form will undergo a catalytic reaction when immersed in water and will set into a bioplastic membrane.
What are you talking about?
The chemical composition of the bioplastic facilitates the process. Although it causes SCP-340 to degrade, the process allows the host to breathe underwater. The membrane is flexible and does not inhibit the host's facial movement.
Is that a plus side? Like, yeah, my face is covered in snot like I'm a 3-year-old child without a hanky, but I get to breathe underwater. I don't know if I'd be, you know, I don't think that's a good trade-off. I don't think so.
Any tears or holes which develop due to mechanical stress or SCP-340 degradation will be regenerated within 30 seconds due to constant production of SCP-340. Virulence is drastically reduced in this stage, but viral particles have been detected in water samples contaminated with SCP-340. Environmental contact may still spread the infection. When SCP-340 is exposed to air, it dries into a chitinous substance similar to crustacean shells. The water vapor trapped inside an SCP-340 sealed respiratory system is sufficient to prevent premature hardening. The hardening process also destroys its ability, and loss of function is irreversible after approximately 2 minutes exposure to air. Once fully hardened, SCP-340 is impossible to remove without inflicting major tissue damage. It is harder than any generally known organic substance. A standard tungsten carbide drill bit required more than 15 minutes of constant use to drill a hole through 5 millimeters of dried SCP-340. Research is ongoing into methods for harvesting and using SCP-340 for industrial applications.
No, you can't!
Special containment procedures. SCP-340-1, 3, 4, and 5 are to be communally housed in a 10 by 10 by 2.5 meter tank with the water temperature maintained between 25 and 30 degrees centigrade. Antidepressants and broad-spectrum antibiotics are to be administered intravenously every 12 hours. Medicinal compounds may not be added to the standard nutritive paste without approval. All waste products must be properly sterilized. Any personnel who aspirate water from the containment tank must report to medical staff immediately. Addendum 341. Circumstances of retrieval.
This is disgusting.
12 students at a boarding school in the United States began to produce SCP-340 during a swimming competition. 9 of these students died before a Foundation containment team could be dispatched to the site. 5 suffocated when attempts to clear airways of hardened SCP-340 failed. 2 suffocated after attempts to open alternate airways induced hardening of air-exposed SCP-340 in the trachea, and 2 died from dehydration. Upon arrival, the Foundation containment team quarantined the school until the infection's spread could be determined. 4 additional cases were discovered who were not yet producing SCP-340. All 7 were taken into Foundation custody. For a brief summary of the 7 SCP-340 carriers, now denoted SCP-340-1 through 7, see document 340-1. Addendum 340-2.
That's who I want.
SCP-340 doesn't kill the host's oral bacteria, and the antibiotics can't stave off infection forever. Surgical removal of the host's teeth will be safer in the long run than trying to deal with abscesses, bone infection, and sepsis.
Document 340-.
You gonna take out my teeth? I'ma just be gumming shit for the rest of my life, and I gotta live under. Nah, bro. Just kill me. Just done. I'm out. I'm done. I'm out of here. This is ridiculous.
-1 Inventory SCP-340-1 through -7.
Inventory. These
Subject
are
1, Caucasian male, aged 12. Tested positive for SCP-340 at retrieval. Subject is currently housed at site. Subject 2, African American male, aged 12. Tested positive for SCP-340 at retrieval. Subject deceased.
Aww.
Died during surgery to insert the feeding tube.
I wanted to know what happened to Dash 2.
Subject 3, Caucasian male, aged 11. Tested positive for SCP-340 at retrieval. Subject is currently housed at site. Subject 4, Hispanic male, aged 12, tested negative for SCP-340 at retrieval.
They're all babies.
Underwent experimental treatment.
I wasn't listening to the age before.
The treatment
They're babies.
failed. SCP-340 production induced. Subject is currently housed at site. Subject 5, Caucasian male, aged 27. Tested negative for SCP-340 at retrieval. Refused experimental treatment. Voluntarily induced SCP-340 production.
I'm sorry?
Subject is currently housed at site. Subject 6, Caucasian male, aged 12, tested negative for SCP-340 at retrieval, underwent experimental treatment. The treatment failed. SCP-340 production induced. Subject deceased.
No.
Voluntary self-termination.
Another baby.
And Subject 7, Caucasian male, aged 13, tested negative for SCP-340 at retrieval, underwent experimental treatment. The treatment was initially believed successful, however the subject died from suffocation due to unexpected SCP-340 production.
I'm so sad. Not all these kids dying.
And that concludes this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a single one.
Man, when he said we were gonna get into a more serious SCP, he wasn't joking. They were kids. And also it kept saying experimental treatment, but treatment for what? What could this possibly be a treatment for that it would be preferential to? I don't know. I don't know, dude. That was a lot. That was actually really depressing. I don't know what I thought a viral rebreather membrane was, but that's not it. There should be a better name for that. Somebody fix that name and make it more of what it is. It's out here killing babies. It should be called the baby killing rebreather membrane. And yeah, I know that like 11 is not a baby, but like 11 is basically a baby. Like, let's be real. It's closer to being a baby than not. You know? Like, you feel me? Y'all feel me. Y'all feel me. I was gonna say I hope you enjoyed the video, but like, I hope you didn't. But I hope you like learned about a cool SCP, I guess. Don't forget to leave your reaction requests and recommendations down in the comments below. Other than that, peace out, Hope Biscuits. It's Skittenlit.